Hi friends and family, welcome back to my kitchen. I'm Leah with Leah's Simple Kitchen. Today we're going to do what should be a very simple, easy recipe, and this is going to be mac and cheese made in the Instapot. This is new to me. I've never used an Instapot. I just got mine in the mail. I can't wait to try it out. So we're going to do it with mac and cheese. I have a traditional way of making mac and cheese, and it's on my channel. So go to that if you want to see that. Remember to like and subscribe to the video, and let's get started. Here's what we're going to need. So this is my new Instapot. That's a 7.5 quart. Pretty big. I didn't know it was going to be that big, but that's what we're going to use. We'll need some salt. I have 16 ounces of the large elbow macaroni, a couple tablespoons of butter, 3/4 cup of milk. We're just going to need a couple of tablespoons of Parmesan cheese and about 2/3 or 3/4 to 1 cup of cheddar cheese, and I'm using a cheddar blend. Okay, that's all we need. Let's get started. So, as I said, this is my new Instapot. I just got it this week, and I've never used one before, but I've been wanting one because if it makes life in the kitchen simpler, then maybe this is something we need to have. So I bought this thinking it looked kind of oblong like a crock pot, but that's not what it is. It's definitely a large, round Instapot. Didn't need anything this big, but I've got it, so we're going to use it. All right, so I'm just going to follow a recipe in the book, simple mac and cheese, and let's see if I like it better than the stuff I make when I make the whole cheese sauce and everything. All right, so we're going to take that lid off. Okay, we're going to put 1 package of elbow macaroni, and I'm getting the large kind. I like to do that because when you use the little small ones, like you'd find in the boxed mac and cheese, I just think it looks more homemade if you change up change it up a little bit. Okay, so we put our pasta in here. Now it wants to be covered with salt water. So I'm going to go ahead and put salt in here. That's just about a teaspoon, and now I'm going to cover with water, and that's not quite enough. So let me get my kettle, and that covers it. So that was probably about 3 cups of water. Okay, get that mixed up. I'm going to bring you over so you can see how big this pot is. It's huge. Okay. All right, that's it. Now, it says we're going to put the lid back on, and we're going to cook these noodles on manual. So manual is the same thing as pressure cook. Okay, so we'll put our lid on, lock it in. My steamer up here is set for seal, not release, so seal. I think that's the only thing I got to do. Now, and plug it in. Okay. Cook on manual for 4 minutes at high. So we're going to cook pressure cook. We're going to, let's see, we are going to put it on 4 minutes. Are you kidding? 4 minutes. So here it says temperature. Let's see what my options are for temperature. Nothing, because it's on pressure cook. So it should give me a high or low, but I don't see that either. So it must be right. Okay, so we're going to hit start. And there we go. So it's building pressure, and then once it comes up to pressure, then it's going to cook that 4 minutes, and our noodles should be done. Then we're going to add everything else in. So I'll see you in 4 minutes. So far, super simple, right? All we did was put our stuff in there and set it, but it's been 12 minutes and it is just now starting to cook. My 4 minutes is just starting. So it took 12 minutes about for it to come up to pressure. So that was a little bit longer than I expected, but now we are at the cooking stage. So now we're set at 4 minutes. So now the cooking really begins. So I realized that my timer on my stove and the timer on this were not tracking at all. And what I realized is when I set the time on this, I set it for 4 hours, not 4 minutes. So I've reset it back down to 4 minutes. So now that should be correct. So I did have that wrong in the beginning. Now we're down to 3 minutes. Okay, so interesting. So 4 minutes is up. I put it on manual steam release, so instant steam release, and it came out the back. You saw it. And now I have pasta water all over the top of the cooker. So maybe I did that wrong. Okay, but the release only took less than a minute. So let's take the lid off. Look at that, no big deal. Okay, good. So let's see what we got here. So that truly was 4 minutes of cooking. So there's a little bit of liquid left in the bottom, and the instructions do not say to drain it. So I guess we don't drain it. I guess we're going to use that liquid. Okay. So now let's see what we're supposed to do. So now it says to stir in the butter. So let's stir in our butter while it's still hot. Let's get our butter in there. 3/4 cup of milk. I'm just using regular whole milk. So let's say 3/4 cup. About right there. So that is going to cool this down. So I'm questioning that. Why wouldn't I want to put my cheese in before I put that milk in? Okay, I'm going to put the cheese in first. So we're not using a whole lot of cheese here. And this is a triple cheddar blend. So this has white cheese, sharp cheddar, and mild cheddar. And it wants 3/4 cup. Okay, 3/4 cup. Okay, let's get that in there. That's not a lot of cheese. It's not a lot of cheese. I don't think I'm happy with that. I want more cheese. All right. I'm adding another at least 1/4 cup of cheese there, and let's see what happens. I'll show you what it looks like. I mean, it's starting to get gooey. I think I'm going to get that cheese melted before I add that cold milk in for sure. I don't know, you guys, do you still think that that's enough cheese? I guess it is. We'll try it like that. So I already added extra cheese in. My instinct is to add the rest of the bag. All right, let me put the milk in first. So it wants 4 ounces of milk. And we'll check it in a minute for salt. Sure sounds gooey. Huh, okay. Let's take a taste and see. It's probably going to be super hot. Not hot. I mean, it's good. I'm putting the rest of this cheese in. It's not cheesy enough for me. So I put in the whole bag, and it is shredded cheese. So that's 8 ounces. That's probably about 2 cups of cheese. All right. I mean, it was okay before. If with the original recipe, only putting in that first amount of cheese, I don't think that would have been enough. You could have got away with that with kids, but grown-ups, adults, nah, they want some more cheese in there. So remember that, and I don't think I'll add salt either. The salt that we put in the water, remember the water stayed in. I never drained it, so it's salty already. But you can't really taste the salt, so it's not like something that's overwhelming. All right, another bite. See what we got. Whoops, get on there. I like that. That is good. This is really good. And you can't get any easier than this. So then what it says is pretty much we're done. So to serve it, you would sprinkle Parmesan over the top, which I have some Parm. So I'll go ahead and put it on here and see if that's going to change the taste much, or is that more of a garnish or a topping? So let's put it in here. That'll change the cheesy taste a little bit. It's still hot enough to melt the cheese. Show you where we're at. Nothing much has changed. So that's what we have. Sounds very gooey. I'm digging that. Okay. Let's just take another taste now that we got the Parm in there. I really like that. So, perfect for a simple thing to do. Weeknight or special event like holiday dinner. And you could do this. It's the worst part about it was the preheat. So the preheat took 12 minutes. It was like 12 minutes. This is a big 7.5 quart pot. So had it been one of the smaller ones, it may not have taken so long. I'm not sure. First time I've ever used it. So I like it. So this was super easy. You could have made this on the side while you were cooking your main, the main part of your meal or whatever, and this would have been great. This would have been great. And how easy is that? If you go to my channel and you see the video I've made of mac and cheese where I make the cheese sauce by hand, by scratch, now that was good. But do we want, I mean, it's basically the same results. It tastes really good. Take the simple over the longer way. I'd go simple. So I like this. This might be my new favorite way to make mac and cheese. Let me put it in a dish and let's take a good look at it. Oh, I used my spoon already. Let me use this. Get out my pretty bowl. Look at cheesy. See the pull, cheese pull. And remember, I probably doubled the cheese on this. And it didn't hurt it one bit. In fact, I like it better with all the cheese on it. So if you want to top this with some breadcrumbs or whatever your family does with mac and cheese for a topping, then that's up to you. My family would eat it just like this, and they don't care if I prettied it up or not. So, gosh, that looks good. Okay, this is dinner. This is dinner for tonight. I just got to put some meat with this, and we're good to go. Look at all the cheesy, pulley stuff. This is so good. Okay, take a look at this. Isn't that great? It's good. Simple. So it really did. 12 minutes to preheat, 4 minutes to cook, probably 1 minute to release the steam. which did make a little bit of a mess on the back of the cooker. Nothing's hot here. Success! This is good. I would give this a 10 out of 10. This is pretty good. I will definitely make this again. This might, I don't like to eat a lot of pasta, so I do reserve that for special occasions, but being that it's so simple, I might make this even more often. Oh, Carb City, help me. Okay, well, that's it. Well, I hope you like this. I hope you try it. This is super simple. You guys have to do this. If you don't have an Instapot, during the holidays when it's Black Friday, these are on sale, get yourself one. Okay, remember to subscribe to the channel and like the video, and we'll see you next time.